10 Mossad officers gone, reportedly eliminated in a covert strike suspected to involve Iran. The names weren't released, but the implications were deafening. These weren't field agents. They were top-tier operatives, the architects of Israel's most guarded intelligence operations. Their deaths weren't random. They were a message. Iran's declaration followed swiftly, chilling in its clarity. There will be no peace until Palestine is free. It wasn't just rhetoric. It was a line drawn in blood. For years, the shadow war between Iran and Israel has played out in silence: cyber attacks, assassinations, sabotage. But this strike shattered the veil. It was bold, surgical, and symbolic. The timing couldn't be more deliberate. Just weeks earlier, Hamas leader Ismail Haniyeh was assassinated in Tehran, allegedly by Israeli forces.
Iran vowed revenge.
Now, 10 Mossad officers are dead. The symmetry is unmistakable. This isn't tit for tat. It's escalation. And yet, the world watches with muted urgency. Western powers issue cautious statements. But in the streets of Gaza, Beirut, and Tehran, the message is clear. Resistance is rising. Iran's intelligence apparatus, long underestimated, has shown it can strike deep into the heart of Israel's covert empire. This isn't just about Mossad. It's about the shifting balance of power in the Middle East. It's about the cost of occupation, the price of silence, and the reckoning that follows decades of unresolved conflict. The deaths of these officers mark a turning point, not just in intelligence warfare, but in the narrative of Palestine's struggle. Inside Tel Aviv, the shock was palpable. Mossad, long considered untouchable, had been pierced. The agency's silence spoke volumes. Of security and a flurry of internal investigations, the Israeli public, conditioned to believe in Mossad's invincibility, was left grappling with a new reality. Their intelligence shield had cracks. Meanwhile, in Tehran, the mood was defiant. Iranian media framed the operation as a triumph of justice, a blow against oppression. Officials hinted at deeper capabilities, suggesting this was only the beginning. The message was clear: Israel's covert reach no longer guarantees immunity. Iran's resolve, fueled by decades of sanctions and isolation, has evolved into precision and patience. The contrast couldn't be starker. One nation reeling, the other rising. But beneath the surface, both sides understand the stakes. This isn't just about revenge. It's about redefining deterrence. For Israel, the loss of 10 elite officers means more than operational setbacks. It's a psychological rupture. For Iran, it's a declaration. Palestine's liberation is no longer a slogan. It's a strategy. And yet, the global response remains tepid. Washington urges restraint. European leaders call for dialogue. But in the intelligence corridors of both nations, restraint is no longer the currency. Calculations are shifting. Red lines are being redrawn. The rules of engagement are evolving. Palestinian voices, long drowned out by geopolitics, find renewed echo in this moment. The strike against Mossad isn't just retaliation. It's a signal that the fight for Palestine is entering a new phase. Not just protests and diplomacy, but strategic disruption. Iran's statement, "No peace until Palestine is free," isn't hyperbole. It's a doctrine. And now, it's backed by action. The intelligence community is rattled. 10 Mossad officers gone in a single operation. This isn't just a tactical loss, it's a strategic humiliation. These were the minds behind surveillance networks, covert operations, and regional destabilization efforts. Their absence leaves a vacuum, and Israel knows it. The ripple effect is immediate. Operations stall, trust erodes, and allies begin to question the agency's reach. Iran, on the other hand, is capitalizing. Its media outlets are not just reporting, they're celebrating. The narrative is shifting from defense to dominance. For years, Iran was painted as the underdog, boxed in by sanctions and isolated diplomatically. Now it's rewriting the script. The strike against Mossad is being framed as a victory for Palestine, a blow against Zionist aggression, and a warning to any nation that supports occupation. This framing is powerful. It's not just about Iran versus Israel, it's about justice versus oppression, resistance versus imperialism. And in that contrast, Iran finds global resonance. Across the Arab world, the sentiment is swelling. From Cairo to Damascus, the message echoes. Palestine is not forgotten. The blood of Mossad officers is being cast as the price of ignoring that truth. But Israel is not retreating. Behind closed doors, retaliation plans are being drawn. The doctrine of deterrence demands a response. Yet, the challenge is clear. How do you strike back without escalating into open war? How do you restore fear when your enemies are emboldened? This is the new reality. Intelligence warfare has entered a phase where symbolism matters as much as strategy. The death of 10 officers isn't just a loss, it's a shift in perception. Iran has shown it can hit back, and Palestine's cause, long buried under diplomacy and delay, has found a new weapon: precision and resolve. In Gaza, the news spread like wildfire. 10 Mossad officers dead. For many Palestinians, it wasn't just a headline, it was vindication. Years of suffering, displacement, and silence had finally echoed back. The strike wasn't seen as an Iranian victory alone, it was a shared moment of resistance. In refugee camps and crowded streets, people whispered the names of lost relatives, imprisoned brothers, demolished homes. And now, they whispered something else: hope. But hope is fragile. Israel's retaliation is never far behind.
Surveillance drone buzz loudé.
Arrests spike. Settlements expand. The machinery of occupation grinds on. Yet something has shifted. The fear that once silenced dissent is cracking. Iran's action has shown that even the most powerful intelligence network can bleed. And when power bleeds, people believe. Inside Israel, the narrative is different. The deaths are mourned as a national tragedy. Security analysts warn of vulnerability. Politicians call for unity and vengeance. But beneath the surface, there's unease. If Mossad can be infiltrated, what else is exposed? What other secrets are vulnerable? The myth of invincibility is under siege. This duality, grief and hope, fear and defiance, is the heartbeat of the region. Iran's statement wasn't just political, it was personal. No peace until Palestine is free isn't a slogan, it's a vow. And now, it's backed by precision, intelligence, and sacrifice. The world may debate legality, morality, and diplomacy. But on the ground, the message is simpler. The fight for Palestine has entered a new chapter. Not just with stones and slogans, but with strategy and strikes. The death of 10 Mossad officers is more than a headline, it's a signal. The cost of occupation is rising, and the demand for freedom is no longer whispered. It's being written in action. The silence after the strike is deceptive. Beneath it, gears are turning. Iran's intelligence community is emboldened, its allies watching closely. Hezbollah, the Houthis, and other resistance groups see opportunity. The death of 10 Mossad officers isn't just a tactical win, it's a rallying cry. The axis of resistance is no longer defensive. It's proactive, coordinated, and increasingly precise. Israel, meanwhile, is recalibrating. The loss has exposed vulnerabilities, but it's also ignited urgency. Retaliation is inevitable, but the question remains, will it restore deterrence or deepen the spiral? The region stands at a precipice. One miscalculation could tip it into open conflict. And yet, both sides seem prepared to risk it. For Palestine, this moment is symbolic. Iran's action has reframed the struggle, not as a distant cause, but as a central axis of regional strategy. The message is clear: Palestine is not alone. Its liberation is no longer a fringe demand. It's becoming a litmus test for resistance across the Middle East. Global powers tread carefully. Statements of concern, calls for restraint, diplomatic overtures, they echo the same cautious tone. But on the ground, the calculus is different. The rules have changed. Intelligence warfare is no longer silent. It's loud, visible and deeply personal. And in that shift, a new reality emerges. Iran has drawn a line. Peace is conditional. Not on treaties, not on negotiations, but on justice. No peace until Palestine is free isn't just a slogan. It's a strategy, a warning, and a promise. The death of 10 Mossad officers marks the beginning of that doctrine in action. The world may look away, but the region won't forget. The cost of silence has been paid, and the demand for freedom is no longer negotiable. It's operational,